in 1988 I'd been working in American University for 4 years, and I decided to apply for tenure, that security of tenure. And normally you apply for American University tenure after 7 years, but I thought, well, why not beforehand? And there is a fast track process for those who are absolutely brilliant and wonderful, and I thought, well, that's me. Why don't I do that? I've got higher teaching scores than, and I'm shown more of my work than the other people in the studio art faculty, and it's based on those two things in the case of artists. And I thought, well, why not go for it? You know, I will try. Except in doing so, I found myself going around the same corner again. I'm called in to see Al Altman. Remember him? He was the head of studio art. Hi Vaughan, take a seat, thanks. Thanks for coming. Hi Al, what's this about? What is it about? Well, it's the new department chair. It's I have to interview you about your tenure application. Okay. Well, we can offer you another year. You're having one already on top of the 3-year contract we gave you originally, your sabbatical this year. So that makes 5 years if you take it up. By the way, why haven't you been away from the college match during your sabbatical this year? I went to Spain when it was mine for the whole year. I know, Al, you asked me to run studio art for you in your absence, which I did. You did, Vaughan, for which I thank you again. Well, Al, as for not going away much this year, I've been undertaking that big commission for the university sports arena. You know that? Yeah, okay. Who commissioned it? A college trustee, Mr. Sidney Peterson. All right. And you were being paid for that over and above your college remuneration? Yes. Anyway, I've applied for tenure. I thought you said that this is what this interview was about. Well, that is what this interview is about, Vaughan. And I have to tell you now, Vaughan, and it's not easy for me to do this, that your tenure application has been denied. I'm sorry. I am speechless. I don't believe I am hearing this. Like hell he is sorry. He leans back, staring me out as best he can, those piercing blue eyes. But I don't understand, Al. What don't you understand, Vaughan? Well, tenure decisions are based on teaching scores, and in the case of the visual arts, exhibitions and so on. Correct. But my student feedback scores, my teaching scores, are the highest in studio art. I know that because they're circulated by the college every semester. Well, maybe. Well, not maybe, Al, they are. That is as it may be. That is what I meant. The fact is, Vaughan, the tenure committee did not feel you had made and exhibited enough high quality work since you joined us in 1984. What? Al, I don't believe this. I had a retrospective show at that great Midwestern University of Wisconsin. You're an alumnus of it. I had that show in 1985, soon after I came. And then there was a catalogue for it, and that essay written by the art critic John Lawrence from Rutgers University. And the exhibition got all those reviews, admittedly mostly in the Midwest, but and anyway there was that national review, a big national review in the Art in America. That was extensive. Vaughan, the committee felt that most of the work in that exhibition you had made before you came to America. Well, yes, of course, Al. It was a retrospective, for Christ's sake. Al shrugs. Al, you said to me when I had been offered that show within 12 months of arriving here, that was all right for some, and that you had never been offered a retrospective by them, even though it was your old university. Did I say that, Vaughan? You did, Al. You certainly did. Huh. So what are you implying? Personal or professional jealousy has impeded your tenure application? I am seething with anger at the injustice of this bizarre interview. You've got nothing to lose. Carry on, Vaughan. Shame him. Here we go. Okay, what about that mural I made for the Channel 4 documentary about my work? Manifest Destiny, you remember. That work was huge in scale. I made it here and it was shown in Plymouth, England and Plymouth, Massachusetts. And the documentary was not just shown in England, but it was on PBS here, nationally. In fact, it's been aired every Thanksgiving since I made it. Vaughan, the committee felt that your TV show was arranged before you arrived here, and many of the images in the mural you made were based on photographs you had taken in Plymouth, England, that is, before you arrived here. Oh, of course. But 3/4, the American photographs, were taken here since I arrived, and the whole work actually was put together and made here in my studio. I made it here. The committee also felt you hadn't utilised your college studios enough. What? Who advised them of that, Al? I did. I have the studio next door, remember? So you were spying on me? This is appalling, Al. Apart from it being wrong to say I didn't use my studio enough. Anyway, even if I didn't, what has that got to do with making and exhibiting work? It's irrelevant. I'm sorry, Vaughan, but that was not the view of the tenure committee. Al, what about that one-person show I had this year in Chicago? One person? You mean solo or one person? Yes. And then the commissioned college mural we started talking about, or you did. I've made, exhibited and reviewed more work in 3 years than the rest of the studio art faculty put together. That's a fact. Vaughan, what is a fact is that it is also arrogant and, quite frankly, oh, this is absurd. And the external assessors wrote excellent references, Al. I know, because they sent me copies for my tenure application. Did they, Vaughan? Well, those are supposed to be confidential. The tenure committee also had its own external assessors anyway. What? What? There was no mention of that in the application form. But if so, just who recommended those extra people? I did. You did? I see, so who are they? I'm not at liberty to divulge that, Vaughan. Privy information. Now, this so-called interview with you is simply Kafkaesque. I hear you, Vaughan, I hear the pain. But you have been made an offer of continued employment for just one more academic year. So rather than prolonging this interview, get back to me with your decision by noon Friday, okay? Tenure denied, interview over. Should I lean over the desk and punch him? Or just walk out as a coward would? A coward walks out. Anyway, what I did do, I walked down to see the Dean of the Faculty and told him what had happened with a piece of paper in my hand, which was my resignation, effective immediately. I'm so furious. 'Twas all over your jealousy, my crime, my sublime repartee. Your heart was afire with irritation for me, but I never thought that could ever be. I gave all my talent to you, but now all's too late. Boo-hoo-hoo. The heartache I cost you, no wonder I lost you. 'Twas all over your jealousy. Well, I was off now. I was off back to England to look for another job.